Welcome, folks. Let me do a little short video here of sort of when's the best time to go, when the best time to sort of manage your time to go hunting, to be the most efficient. Here's three key factors that I use. The first one we all look at is the rut. The rut's pretty much the best time to kill a big deer. And it's different in different parts of the country, but you sort of know in your area when the rut is, or you can, a lot of times there's rut charts that you can go look and see that specific area what time it is. That'll be like 1 star. My second one is the moon phase. I pay a lot of attention to the moon. Now it's not exact science, but I guarantee you it works way more than it don't work. And a basic what I do with the moon is you got a major and a minor. Major is when it's straight up and when it's straight down. And generally you got a little bit more move time on that major and minor. There's a lot of them say from 2 to 3 hours of peak movement. The minor is when the moon is coming up and when the moon is setting. That's generally an hour to 2 hours of move time. Where I really use that, y'all, is when that major or minor is in that morning time frame, from that 7 to 10. Or if it's in the evening, from that 3 to 6, 3 to 5, according to what time it gets dark. If I've got a major or minor that hits that morning and evening, and I plan on going hunting, I'm gonna be there then. So that's really why I like using that. Let me get the third factor out here. That'd give you 2 stars if you're hunting during the rut, and you had the move time. You hit it a good move time. That's 2 stars. The third one is weather, y'all. It's when you got a front coming through. I've killed deer, different times, but the majority of the mature deer I've killed, I can say that going back and looking, I would say well over 65 to 70% of were killed around major fronts. What I'm saying about that is, it's let's say a double digit temperature change. I really like to say the high today is like 50. The high tomorrow is like 35. So you've got over 10-degree temperature change from today to tomorrow. And most time that means there's a cold front coming. Here in the south it'll be a cold front coming from the north. Most places in the country that's how it is, or y'all may get more of a northwest front coming in. But a lot of times it'll change wind direction, and a lot of times when that drastic change comes, you're gonna have a disturbance in weather, a lot of high wind. It could be a lot of rain, it could be snow, and a lot of times what I've learned that sort of slows down movement. It seems like deer won't move near as much when it's super high winds or if it's really thundering and raining. But right after that front comes through, seems like that barometric pressure comes up a little bit. I'll talk a little bit more about barometric pressure later, but I really like hunting on the backside of them fronts. So alright, we know what our 3 things are. It's a rut, moon phase, and weather. Alright, y'all. Here's what I think this will help a lot of y'all out there. When you're hunting locally, say you're hunting locally and you're like, man, my wife's got something for me to do. She wants me to go do this, but I could do it today or tomorrow. But I'm looking at the weather, y'all. To maximize your time, to have the best chance of killing a mature buck. And you can plan around something that you've got 2 time frames you can do it. Always look and see which one to line up where I can get 1, 2, or 3 stars. Just say like in the morning. Say my wife wants me to do something in the morning, or we can do it in the evening. Vice versa. Alright, say the move time is from like 7 to 9 in the morning. We had a front come through. And we got a good weather front, and the rut's going on. So I got 3 things. That's lining up. So that's 3 stars. So I would rather hunt that 7 to 9 because of the move time. Because the weather's done come through, and it's still, it's a day, 2 days behind that front. And I've got that, and the rut's going on, y'all. That's 3 stars. So I will plan to go hunting that morning and say, hey, let's go do something at night. Or vice versa. Say the move time's in the evening from that, say 3 to 5. Go do what you got to do that morning and go hunting that evening, y'all. I use them 3 factors a lot. Say even when I go north or go west hunting, a lot of times you may not have all 3 of them. but I really look at the move time. Say if I get there, and the move time was that morning, I didn't get there to lunch. Man, I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna hit the ground. I'm gonna start scouting. I'm at a new spot that I've sort of cyber scouted, and I sort of got an idea of an area I want to go, but I don't know really what tree I want to get in. So I get out and I'll really scout that evening, because I know the move time's off. And say, well, I've got a front coming 2 days from now. You know, a lot of times my schedule where I can pretty much go when I want to now, I look at weather. I'll watch weather when them fronts come. Prime example, a couple years ago I went to Oklahoma. Never hunted Oklahoma before, but I knew there was a major cold front coming in the end of October. So I knew I didn't have the rut. But I knew I had the weather, and then I could catch the move time. Man, that front come through, and I killed a dang good buck with my muzzleloader. I've done that several times, y'all. And basically, I went that time because I knew the weather was coming in. Now, a lot of you got to plan way in advance to plan a hunt out west, or a week hunt somewhere in another state. Try figuring out when the rut is. I'd rather hunt the rut if I had to pick a date in advance. Just say Mississippi, where I live. The rut's different in different parts of the state of Mississippi. But if I had to pick a week that I wanted to hunt, I'd always pick like the 27th of December to about the 5th of January, around my house right there. Because in general, over the years, that's always been the best time. Now, I may not catch the weather, but if I could take off a week and hunt that whole week, that'd be the week I'd hunt. I know there's probably a lot of y'all out there that know when that is. But I hope what this helps you and makes you think is prioritize your time, y'all. Because your time, you got to put a value on your time, y'all. Because you ain't got so much of it. So start looking at, say, hey, I might better go do a few honeydew jobs with my wife. Why? The weather's bad. The move time is not right. So when it really gets good, you can take off and go. I've sat around before I could go hunting, but I've been sitting waiting on the weather. A couple weeks ago, we had a whole week of way above average temperatures, and I could have went hunting, but I stayed at home and done a lot of stuff. Got my cows squared away, moved hay around, stuff like that. So when it got right the next week, I could take off and go hunting. So, y'all use them 3 factors, y'all, because you hear me talk about moon phase a lot. The rut, we'll say if the rut's going on, if you see them chasing, it'll be there. And then a lot of times these major fronts, we'll say, hey, a front come through. I've learned to use them 3 factors. It's when you got all 3 of them, you better be in the woods. You got 2 of them, it can be pretty good. It's just like my Oklahoma. Like I said, I had a major weather front come through, and I had to move time that morning. That's when I killed that deer. Sort of the same way in Iowa several years ago. I killed a big deer. And at that time, I had to take off that week. That's when I was still logging and stuff, and I took that whole week. Because a lot of times then, I'd take off Friday evening, I'd take off driving. And I could stay all the way through that weekend, the whole next week, and by the next weekend, I'd have to come home. Well, that whole week was above normal temperatures. Didn't hardly see nothing, but it had a major front coming through that Friday morning. So I really got scouting some different areas and found some good sign. And that morning that front come through. I'm talking about it had the wind blowing, but it got cold temperature. It dropped probably 20 degrees from the day before. And man, I killed one of the best deer I've ever killed before. It was that front come through like that, and he was up on his feet. So, I hope this helps you. I hope this just a little bit of knowledge that I've got in my head here that I can share with you, that I hope it'll help you kill a mature buck here one day. Sort of think how you can use them 3 things to manage your time, to go with the best time, y'all. Hey, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Hey, if you hadn't ever watched any of my videos, hey, go to Do It Yourself Hunter, our channel. We've got some, I think we got some pretty good hunts all over the country, different states. So, see you next time.